back to my channel. I'm Bree, for those who don't know. I'm super excited about my video today. Sorry I haven't posted in a little bit because I was on vacation. I've been really busy. About 2 weeks ago, I got the James Charles brush set. I have not even been able to try it because I've been waiting for this video. I do get a lot of questions about how to use different brushes and what's this brush for, so I thought it would be a great way to try out the brushes and kind of just tell you guys a little bit about them, how to do them, how I like to use the brushes. This is the box it came in. It's the James Charles Sisters collection. There's 34 brushes in here and a sponge, and you get this super cute makeup holder. It's really nice for like on my desk. I already have like 5 of these. This one's a little bit bigger, so it's really nice. So I'm going to go through each one of these and kind of show you guys how to use them, how I use them, if I like them or don't like them, and then kind of go from there. Alright, so I'm going to start off by how I do my normal makeup every day. I start off doing my foundation. I already did moisturize, so I'm going to start off with the M439 foundation brush by Morphe. This is already one of Morphe's brushes. Like, you can never have enough or too many of these foundation brushes because I feel like you can never get a lot of the foundation out even if you clean them. I already have a few of these brushes, but it's always good to have. A lot of people do like to use the sponges as well, which is fine. If you like to use a brush, especially this brush, any kind of like buffing brush for foundation I like. It kind of depends on what kind of foundation I'm using as well. What I do is I put a little bit of my foundation on my hand and I just like to dab into that foundation. And I am pretty tan. I just got back from vacation, like I said. So my foundation is not matching very well. I haven't been wearing my foundation, so I'm just going to do a really light coverage. And then later I'm going to go on and blend with my, or try to, you know, darken it up a little bit with my bronzer. Now that I got my foundation on, I always go in and start to do my concealer. I'm just going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape. I am going to be using the M173 brush. This is a mini buffing brush. So I don't know if you can tell, it's really small and it's great for concealer. You can use a sponge. It's kind of the same. It's just a brush version of a sponge. It kind of just diffuses the concealer out and still creating a good like coverage. I love this brush. I'm glad I got this one in the set again. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff this out. Now that I have my concealer on, I always do my translucent powder afterwards just so it is allowing to set. So I'm going to go in with the E48 brush. This is a pointed powder brush and it's great for making sure you're getting really close into the corner of your eye. I've never used this brush. I'm pretty sure he designed this one especially to his collection. I use like just a fiber brush, something just a little bit thinner. Just a little bit more angled at the top so you do get really close into that inner corner. Normally I just go for my eyebrows next, but I am just going to finish off my face. I'm going to go in with the M405 contour blush brush, but this I am going to be using as my contour today because I think I'm going to use another brush for my blush. I think this one's going to be like the best for my contour. I have never used this brush from Morphe. I don't know if this is a brush they've had. I think it is, so I'm excited to use this, and it is just a fluffy brush. This brush is really good for carving out.
With our feet on the ground, and we will talk with our head in the clouds, and we will walk with our feet on the ground, and we will.
Next, I am going to be going in with the E62 brush. This is the nose contour brush, and this is new. James Charles actually made this brush. I just use like a little eyeshadow brush if not, but I'm really excited to try this out because this brush has a perfect little angle on it, and it is going to be really great for kind of carving out your nose a little bit. It helps create more of a straighter line.
Soul beats a sound loud enough to quiet the thunder.
Now I'm going to be taking the M227 Deluxe Pointed Powder Brush. This is going to be good for smoothing out some of those lines that you see. This you can kind of, and this will be good for bronzer as well. Like, oh my gosh, see how dirty this already got? That scares me. I get a really soft line even between my contour and my highlight. Just kind of diffuse that. even on my nose. Another brush that was in his kit that was for your face is the M405 contour blush brush, and like I said, there was another one that I used already for my contour. I'm gonna wait for my blush and see what I do for my eye look. This I'm gonna come back to, but I'm really excited to feel this one because I'm not a huge blush wearer, but when I do, I like to use like an IT Cosmetics brush for that for some reason, just because you're not getting like such a heavy blush, or like you're not looking too much. Next I'm going to be showing you the M158 brush. This is the angled liner, but it's really good for your eyebrows. I am obsessed with the Anastasia brow brush. I've never changed my brush from my brows ever. So this will be my first time actually using a different brush for that. It's got a perfect point on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it also has the bristle on the back. But I am going to use it today because I said I was going to use all these brushes today. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows with this and see how they turn out.
With our feet on the ground, and we will talk with our head in the clouds, and we will walk.
This brush was really different from the Anastasia brush I was using. So I don't know if you could even tell the difference between these two, but this one, so the Morphe one is super thin compared to the Anastasia one, which you get a different touch with that. So I feel like with the Morphe one, it's definitely a lighter touch. It has a softer feel to it. The Anastasia one is a little bit thicker of a brush, so that one is going to pack more of that eyeshadow onto your face, or more of that eyeliner if you use it as an eyeliner brush. I like how my eyebrows turned out today with that brush, which I'm kind of surprised. I kind of want to see what you guys think. I am going to do a brow gel. Alright, so he also put in a concealer brush. I might do a little concealing just on the bottoms of the beginning of my eyebrow, just to kind of clean that up. So I think this brush is great if you are not, or if you are in like kind of a rush, you can kind of get a really quick line through it. I definitely do like a more detailed line, so I would kind of stick with maybe my angled brush just because I do get a better line with that. This I feel like I'm not getting a really straight, or not even not straight, but it's just like more diffused. A lot of times I like to take my angle brush and really see that line. So a lot of his collection is more eyeshadow brushes, so I am going to try to use every single one. So what's cool about this is you get 3 of them in a pack. So there's a few of these that you do get 3 of them in, or even 2 of them. And it's kind of nice just because when you are doing your eyeshadow, you don't have to go and clean your brush. So just before I get started on my eyeshadows, I am going to be using, or my inspo is going to come from my Cute AF palette from ColourPop. I've only used this a few times, but I love these colors in it, and I think it's super springy, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that today. And I am going to start with the M441 brush. This is a fluffy blending brush for your crease. So your crease brush is always going to go into your crease. A lot of times I like to blend this up though. I mean, you can always do more than one reason, or like one thing with your brush, but obviously they're meant for certain parts of your eye. Go ahead and start in my crease. And if you have a hard time telling where your crease is, definitely it's easier to keep your eye open, and I mean, you can tell exactly where my crease is, and that's where you want to put that brush at. So now I am going to be going in with the M456 Mini Firm Blending Brush. This is the exact same brush as the one I was just using, but it's pretty much little sister, so it's a little bit thinner, and it kind of gives you a little more, you can have a little more detail with that brush instead of just kind of blending that. This will have more of a diffused look. This will get you a diffused look, but more in detail. Majority of the blending brushes you get in this kit, you do get 3 of, so it's nice when you are changing colors and everything. I'm going to go in with this kind of red color. I'm not sure what it's called. Oh, spoiled. All the names are on the back and I totally forgot, so I'm just going to go in with this red. Or you know what? I might go in with this orange actually. So that's GNO. And then this is going to be really nice to kind of get right into that crease and keep that color right in through there. Go in with the M433 brush. This is pretty similar to those two, but it's a little bit bigger and a little bit thinner, so you're not going to get so much of a diffuse look. You're definitely going to be able to pat that color into wherever you want it. So a lot of times I like to take this brush, I'll kind of show you guys. that. And I really like to do the corners of my eyes with this because you're gonna get a diffused look, but it's not gonna be like you're blending the whole lid. So I like to take my darker color with that, and you can already tell like it's gonna place right where I put my brush at. Now I am going to be using the M224 brush. This is really good for like making a cut crease. It's a flatter brush, so you're definitely going to get a good line when you do your crease.
With our feet on the ground, and we will talk with our head in the clouds, and we will walk.
So I didn't put my concealer on the other eye because I'm waiting. I don't want that one to dry out while I'm doing this one. So I'm going to take the M24 Firm Shadow Brush. This is going to be really nice for packing on that shadow right in that crease area. A lot of times you get a lot of fallout if you have a bigger brush, so this is really nice because it's smaller and you're definitely going to get a really clean line with that, and you're not going to see any fallout. So I'm going to be taking this Note to Self color, and I'm going to be packing on, and it's really nice to see that shadow on that brush, and it's going to be really nice to pack onto the lid.
Love with no doubt, and I'm never gonna slow down.
Also have in this collection is the M166 oval eyeshadow brush. So this is a little bit bigger of the one I just used. I feel like it's really good for if you're going to be doing like a whole cut crease or really packing on a lot of that shadow. I do prefer a smaller brush when I am doing my cut crease, just because like I said, you do get a lot of fallout. So I am not going to be using this brush today. Hopefully I'll be using it soon, but we'll see, because I am really messy when it comes to my eyeshadow and I don't want to see a lot of that fall. So now I'm going to be taking the M152 medium fluff brush. It can also be good for packing on some of those shadows. You also get 2 of these in a pack as well. This I am going to be taking actually in taking that deeper color brown French Kiss again, and just it's going to be really nice to kind of close off that crease or my orange color that I put on there, just to kind of give that really dramatic look. More brushes I have to use. I don't think I'm going to be using the eyeliner or the detail liner brush. Is the M2501. It's really small. I'll open it so you guys see it. It does look really good for when you do a liner. It looks really sharp, so you're not getting like any smudgy lines or anything. You're going to get a really nice sharp line. I am so obsessed with doing like my eyeliner with the sponge felt tips. Those are a little bit easier for me, but if I do dip into a liner, this will be really nice to get that really straight line. This is also a good brush for really getting into that detail, that darker line I put by my crease. So I don't think I'm going to be using that today. I'll probably be using it in another video, I'm sure, so I can show you guys that later. My camera just died, sorry about that. Just finished up the rest of my makeup. So I only had 2 more brushes, like I said. Just kind of did the under eye with them. This was the M431 brush. This is a really nice, like, tapered brush. This is really good for underneath your eyes, just to kind of give that nice smoky look. You can also do it like right in the corner of your eye, kind of follow along that deeper color I also put on there. And it's just a nice diffused look. This one you can also kind of do the same thing with. This is the M506 brush. This I used as a highlight underneath my eye or my brow bone. So I just kind of went along here and highlighted that. Also the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow. I always just kind of run over that. This would be really good for the inner corner of your eye too, just for a good highlight. So I finished off with my blush. That I did with the Morphe E4 brush, and like I said, you can use this for contour or blush, but make sure it's definitely cleaned off. I went with something not so bright and not so pinky. It was just more of like a, this was from the Morphe blush palette. I'll show you. Let's see what color this was. This was Ego. So it's definitely like a really, like almost, it looks really brown on the camera, but it's like, this is such a pretty color. I feel like coppery almost, and it looks really nice with my contour and bronzer. I kind of wanted to wait and see what my look was before I decided what blush to wear. Like I said, I'm not like a huge blush person, so going really pink and stuff isn't my thing. But also the highlighting brush in here, this is the M501 brush. This is great for highlighting. I have like 5 of these actually, and I just think they're really nice for making sure it's like right on top of the cheekbone. I didn't put too much highlight on my cheekbones today just because I feel like my eyes are super dramatic. So this I can always dust over my nose, kind of the same places on my top of my forehead a little bit, and it's really nice just because it has a really soft touch to it, and you're not getting too much product on your face, too much highlight. Sometimes that can go a little crazy. So this is my final look today. If you guys have any questions about my actual like eyeshadow or anything, definitely leave comments down below. I didn't really know what I was going for today, but I'm glad I got to use all these brushes in his set, and I think they're awesome. I love Morphe brushes in general, so I couldn't imagine this was going to be a bad brush set to buy. I'm excited to see those other ones I didn't get to try today and try them hopefully soon, and just to kind of start to work with some of his newer brushes that he came out with himself, like the nose contour. I'm excited about that one. If you guys have any questions about brushes in general, definitely leave them down below. I know a lot of people have questions about that because they're not sure what to do with each brush, but honestly, even because one brush is meant for something, you could always use it for another thing. Like I even used this one for the highlight under my brow bone. So just kind of getting the feel for different brushes and what they're used for. There's so many different ways and techniques you can use them, so however you feel comfortable. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got to learn something from it. So please like this video and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on my next video. Thank you.